Have you ever felt stuck? You know, like you're trying so hard to change, but something just keeps pulling you back to who you used to be? Well, let's dive into this. Because what if the problem isn't actually you? What if the real key to reinventing your life has nothing to do with changing your personality, but everything to do with changing your address? This is really the big question we're tackling today. Is your life's path being paved by your character, your choices, your inner self, or is it being quietly dictated by your zip code? The answer, honestly, might just blow your mind. All right, so first things first, we've got to talk about this powerful, kind of invisible force. I call it the trap of familiarity. It's that comfort zone that feels so safe, but it can quietly turn into a cage, you know? It can limit our potential without us even realizing what's happening. Just think about it for a second. You've got this daily cycle, right? It reinforces this one static version of yourself. In a place where everyone thinks they know you, your old habits, your past mistakes, who you were in high school, it becomes almost impossible to introduce a new you. It's like you're trying to grow, but the soil you're planted in is just old and completely tapped out. You know, there's actually a name for this. It's called environmental conditioning. And here's how it works. If everyone in your town works as standard 9 to 5, the very idea of you starting your own business can feel, well, totally out there, maybe even impossible. Your environment subtly whispers what's normal into your ear. It sets the ceiling for your ambitions, and it does it so quietly that you end up thinking those limits are your own. And this quote just hits the nail on the head when it comes to the social part of that conditioning. If the 5 people closest to you aren't dreaming big or pushing themselves, it is so incredibly hard for you to be the one exception. Their expectations, even with the best intentions, can become your reality. So this is where it all comes together. It really challenges this idea that we can just change ourselves on the inside and that's it. I mean, if your entire external world, your job, your friends, your city, stays exactly the same, you're constantly fighting this uphill battle against, well, everything around you. So, what's the alternative? What's the solution? Well, it's something we can call the blank page effect. It's this absolutely incredible opportunity that you get when you start totally fresh in a brand new place. Just look at this contrast. It says it all. At home, your identity is so often defined by who you were. But in a new place, you're a blank page. The expectations aren't being set by others anymore, they're set by you. Your story isn't some old book everyone's already read. It's a first draft, and you're holding the pen. And get this isn't just some fuzzy psychological shift. The financial impact is seriously real. Data from the UK government shows that people who relocate earn, on average, 30% more. That is a hard, tangible result of putting yourself in a new, more dynamic job market. And if you think that's wild, the data from the World Bank is even more dramatic. It shows that moving to a place with better opportunities can boost your income by 3 to, wait for it, 6 times. We're not talking about a little raise here. This is a complete transformation of your economic reality, just by changing your geography. And this right here is the core of that psychological freedom. You're not the shy kid from down the street anymore. You're not the person who got stuck in that dead-end job. Nope. You are who you decide to be, right here, right now. But, of course, this journey isn't some simple fairy tale where everything is perfect. Forging a new path means facing real challenges, but it's in climbing over those hurdles that the real, lasting transformation actually happens. And it's so important to remember, this isn't some new age idea. This is a timeless human story. I mean, from ancient explorers sailing into the complete unknown to 19th century settlers crossing entire continents, people have always moved to find a better life. You're just the next chapter in that epic story, except you have Google Maps, which helps. But let's be real for a second about the hard parts, because it can be incredibly uncomfortable. You might face language barriers. You'll probably feel lonely at times. You might have to start from square one, taking jobs that feel like a step backward. It's about facing the great unknown, and that's never easy. But here's the twist. Those challenges, they are the process of reinvention. When you start from scratch, you don't just rebuild what you had. You get to build intentionally. You choose better habits. You find people who lift you up. And you discover this incredible strength and resilience inside you that you never, ever knew you had. Which brings us to the final part, and honestly, the most exciting part of all. Unlocking a future that simply wasn't available to you back home. So let's totally reframe this whole idea. This is not about running away from something, it's about running towards something. It's about stepping outside those invisible walls that were limiting your thinking and finally discovering just how big the world and your own potential truly is. I love this analogy. It's funny, but it's so true. Think about it. You hear people say they can't find love. But imagine limiting your search for a life partner out of 8 billion people on the planet to just the small town where you grew up. It sounds kind of absurd when you put it like that, right? Well, why should finding the right career, or the right friends, or the right opportunity be any different? Sometimes, the thing you're looking for, the life you're meant to live, simply isn't located where you are right now. The right environment can unlock the absolute best version of you. And I want to leave you with this really powerful thought from our source material. If you feel lost right now, just consider that the map you need might not be a new 5-year plan, but a new place on the map. Maybe, just maybe, the person you're meant to become is waiting for you somewhere else entirely.